All you beautiful, amazing people. Sharon Menard coming live from the minivan on a beautiful Friday. Hope you've had a great week. I know you're probably looking forward to the weekend. I wanted to talk about the fear of success, and maybe it's holding you back. And you say, what? The fear of success? And most people think, oh, I probably have the fear of failure or the fear of rejection, but the fear of success, really? I'm not afraid to be successful. I want to be successful. Well, let me premise this with a little bit of what research says. Some of you may know, some of you not. I actually have a master's degree in counseling and life coaching. I love studying about the brain. I actually wrote a whole book on the psychology of success. It is so fascinating. I'm a total nerd when it comes to all this kind of stuff. I can't get enough of it. But research shows that you basically have two main fears in your life, and they're there through the subconscious mind to protect you. Fear is always there to protect you, and it's there to keep you alive and breathing. And this is through the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind says, look, if you're alive and breathing, don't change anything because we don't want your status to change, okay? So the subconscious mind is there to protect us. So what happens is we have two main fears. So the first fear is fear of past failures. So this is why we try to step out into maybe a new relationship and we end up sabotaging it because we were hurt in a former relationship, and deep down, subconsciously, we don't want to be hurt again. So we sabotage ourselves in this relationship. Or we try to step out into something new, say in business, and we failed before, and so we subconsciously sabotage ourselves again. And again, see, the subconscious mind doesn't like change, but it reminds us of the past. It reminds us of the failures because it doesn't want us to get hurt again. It doesn't want us to fail again. So this week I met with an energy lady, and she's incredible, and she said, you have two fears, and they both fall into the categories I'm going to talk about. She said, the first is you fear the bottom falling out. Well, I've stepped out in my own business. It's been going exceptionally well. But years ago, when my husband stepped out in his own business, quit his job and stepped out, it didn't do so well, and we ended up losing our home. So if you want to talk about the bottom falling out, that's a pretty big bottom to fall out. That was pretty traumatic for us. And so, she said you need to begin to, focus on letting some of that go, and she was doing some different work. And then the second fear is fear of success. And so, the second main thing that the brain fears is the unknown. So one is past failure, the other is fear of the unknown. So the brain says, I can't control this. I can't predict if you're going to be safe. So we try to step out into something new, and the brain thinks of every single thing that could go wrong if we stepped out. Why? To protect us. This could happen. So-and-so might not like you. You could lose money. What about your health? What about your family? All this kind of stuff. Well, this is where fear of success comes in. So as the lady was working on me, she said, I think you have another fear. And immediately I knew fear of success, because as my business is growing and growing, I start thinking about, oh my gosh, can I handle this? What about my kids? What about, I want to make sure I have time to exercise. Can I handle all of these people? Can I handle all of these businesses? My mind starts going like this, and I start completely freaking myself out. That is fear of success. And you know what? We all do it. We all think about greater things and greater purposes that we could step out into, but we talk ourselves out of it. Why? It's a fear of success. It's a fear of the unknown. So what happens is we just see this great big thing that seems so big and overwhelming, and we totally freak out our brain, and then we never step forward into that new thing. Hi, everybody who's watching. Give me some love, guys. So how do we overcome that? Basically, what we have to do is we have to, one, recognize that fear. So an exercise she gave me, and it's also an exercise that I've done with coaching clients, is she said, get a journal and just start writing out every fear that you can think of that you feel like is in your life. Just write them down, write them down, write them down, write them down. Then rip that piece of paper out, because you don't want to put a lot of energy or focus toward that, and burn it and see it gone. Put it in the trash can. I like the idea of burning it and just really physically seeing that is gone. Or I'll tell my clients, get a stone, okay? You fear of failure, you fear of success, whatever this is, fear of loss, fear of rejection, whatever it is, you pick it up as a stone. If you're in the woods, by the ocean, in your yard, wherever it is, and you throw it as hard as you can away from you, and you release it. If you have to scream, cry, whatever you need to do, throw it and release it, because those physical acts are really powerful in that. And then what you need to do is you need to sit down and you need to make a game plan and basically break down where you want to move your life into simple steps. So, okay, you think about, where do I want to be in a year from now? Okay, where do I want to be in 6 months from now? In 1 month? In 1 week from now? What are little simple things that I can do day by day to get there? When the brain begins to see that I'm not going to go out and conquer this huge mountain in 1 day, because that completely freaks the brain out. It's too overwhelming. But when my brain can see, okay, Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do this, into small, simple steps that are doable, the brain calms down and says, okay, this is realistic. This is not overwhelming. This is not scary, but this is doable. So for me, I just had an amazing lady, Lynn, over at my house, and we were talking about this too, because she's done something similar career-wise as what I have. And she's talking about all the huge potential, and I'm again thinking about the massive potential in my business and so much more that I should be doing. And I was completely freaking myself out. And again, she said, whoa, Sharon, slow down. Think about what you can do this week. And I was like, oh, I know this stuff. I teach this stuff, but I'm not doing it. And so it was a good lesson for me to say, okay, let me map this out on a piece of paper. These are small steps that I can do this week. These are small steps I can do next week. Okay, next month, this is going to be my focus. And it begins to help the brain to calm down, because otherwise that subconscious mind is going to continually try to sabotage us from moving our lives forward, because it's afraid of the unknown. It's afraid of fears from the past. And it's going to remind us of those fears from the past. As we try to step forward, it's going to make us think of every single thing that could go wrong. Okay, because it's there to protect us. But it's not protecting us from a real life threat or danger. So that's why we have to begin to come in and take control and say, okay, I'm not going to let this fear conquer me, overcome me. I mean, even for me, like, I watched some of my friends have become so successful and they've killed themselves. They've killed their health. They've sacrificed relationships, everything for success. And I have that fear. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do that too. And so again, I have to break down, okay, this is what I'm willing to work during a week. These are my boundaries. These are my limits, okay? I am one person. I have kids. I want to have free time. I want to go to the beach. I mean, it's summertime. I want to go to the beach. So I know how much I want to work in the summertime, and that's what I've set. And sometimes I kind of feel guilty that I'm not doing more, but that's okay, because I am in control of my time, and this is what I've set for myself. And as we begin to take control, break things down into smaller little bite-sized pieces, again, it helps the brain to calm down. And then every day, okay, what's my little step that I'm going to take today? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to feel good about it. Then I'm going to take another step. Then I'm going to take another step. And that's how we begin to create momentum. And then over time, we're able to do a little bit more and a little bit more and really get some good momentum. So I hope that helps somebody, because I know all of you are called to greatness, to think bigger, to dream bigger, to really do amazing things in this earth. And, you know, it's kind of funny how our own brain can sabotage us from moving forward when it's not necessary. And it's just knowing those little steps. And here I teach this stuff, and yet I'm facing these things. So, you know, this is human nature. Like, this is stuff we all deal with, that we all face. So I hope those little tips will help you, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. So I'm signing out for now. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.